The restaurant industry is often described as a battleground, where servers fight the never-ending war for meager paychecks and elusive customer gratuity. It's a world of long hours, hot kitchens, and the relentless pressure of pleasing finicky diners. But beneath the surface, beyond the clattering dishes and the aromatic whirlwind of food, there exists a legend that strikes fear into the hearts of servers and diners across the land. The legend of Server Man. Server Man, as the tale goes, is not just a harbinger of dread, but a vengeful specter who roams the dimly lit alleys of the restaurant world. His spectral presence is said to materialize when a server is thoroughly disappointed by customers' ignorance of tipping, or a customer trying to impress their guest for the evening, without having any concern for the server that assisted in making that moment special for their later enjoyment. Shrouded in darkness, he waits patiently for the opportune moment to make his presence known, exacting his peculiar form of retribution that may be displayed through the use of many everyday utensils found in the kitchen. It all began in the year 2015, within the bustling metropolis of downtown Atlanta. In a popular restaurant tucked away in a nondescript corner, a server found herself unwittingly thrust into the legend. The evening had started like any other, with the restaurant buzzing and patrons eagerly indulging in culinary delights. Our protagonist, a diligent server whose name history would soon forget, was going about her routine, ensuring every customer's needs were met with a courteous smile. She approached a table where a group of diners had enjoyed a lavish feast, only to be met with disdainful frugality when it came time for them to close out the bill. The diner that hosted the party of 4 requested the check. The server presented the check and asked, "Was everything satisfactory?" The host commented that she had done a wonderful job. With that being said, the server felt that it would be great if she were to receive an industry standard of 20% of the tab that was a little over $400. Thinking that any tip around $80 would be nice, the server was graced with receiving a tip, the grand total of $10. The server's face reddened with anger, and she could barely contain her outrage. In a fit of fury, she stormed into the back room, muttering profanities under her breath about the thoughtless diners. Her frustration reached its crescendo as she vented her pent-up emotions, her voice echoing in the empty room. And then, a sinister noise, faint yet undeniable, crept into her awareness, interrupting her tirade. She turned slowly, the cold sweat forming on her brow, her heart pounding in her chest. There, in the dimly lit doorway, stood a figure that would forever haunt her dreams. Serverman, as he would come to be known, was a ghastly presence, swathed in a black suit that seemed to absorb the very light around him. A stark, dark suit, stained with unseen horrors, adorned his ominous form, but it was his face, or the lack thereof, that froze the server's blood in her veins. An expressionless void stares back at her, eyes glowing a malevolent shade of crimson. He utters, "Call my name and I shall come, seeking all that you are owed in the payment of blood." Time seemed to stand still as terror coursed through her veins. Paralyzed by fear, her scream finally broke the silence, shattering the tension that held her in place. She fled from the room, her footsteps echoing in the empty corridor, her mind racing with the haunting image of Serverman. She never crossed paths with Serverman again, but her harrowing experience soon spread like wildfire among the tight-knit community of servers. A legend was born that night, one that would be whispered among the kitchen staff during late-night shifts and shared as cautionary tales in hushed tones among servers across the nation. The legend of Serverman had begun, and in the chapters to come, it would only grow in notoriety and dread.